Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
E fala galera, beleza? Matheus aqui para mais um vídeo e hoje eu estou aqui com mais um episódio de Alan Wake. Eita, entrou alguém aí. Olha lá
Good evening, Alan.
o
Are
cara.
you feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah, I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
É o cara que eu dei um murrão na cara no primeiro, segundo episódio, sei lá. E é isso aí, galera. Vamos continuar aqui. Eu sou louco? Não, mentira. Sim, na verdade, pera, buguei. Eu mudei o gravador e eu tô testando aqui. Vamos ver como vai ficar esse vídeo, né? Deixa eu explorar pra cá, galera. Pera aí. Não dá pra ir. Dá licença. E só tem um jogo de Xbox. Agora sim é o Xbox, né? Porque as outras vezes não era. Era só uma pasta e agora é o Xbox. Caraca, eu tô num centro psiquiátrico. Tá, vambora.
Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
E aí, doidão? Deixa eu ver, vai que tem algum segredo aqui. Vai saber. Deixa eu dar uma pesquisada, né? Uma procurada. Ih, esse aqui não abre. Então tá, vambora. Ô, louco, tem até elevador. Tem um labirinto ali fora. Beleza, elevador de madeira. Bem seguro.
So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Então vamos então, tiozão. Dá pra ir aqui? Não. Oi, um relógio de sol. Bem louco, hein? Hartman. Dr. Hartman. Tinha um caneco lá, mano. Olha lá, um cafezão.
Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
É, realmente uma boa visão, uma boa vista.
Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way, follow me. Alan, what I'm telling
Podia andar mais rápido, né, tio?
Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay
You need to
focused.
work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
Tá trancado aqui, cara. Não consigo abrir. Abre aqui pra gente. Abre aqui. Vamos, tio. Ficar segurando ele não dá certo. Ih, já fechou o tempo. Vai chover.
Come along. Let's go inside.
Oxi. Tem um cara doido ali.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
E aí, tiazona? Tá loucona?
Scary, scary, scary.
E aí, doidão?
Emerson.
Ele nem mexe a boca. Ah, tá. Mexeu.
Mister, you should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve
get him
some
to the head.
small
Ooh.
creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a
Ó, o
part of
cafezão aqui.
As soon as you feel up to it, you
Ao
should
ver
continue.
o game. Tô indo, mano. Fechado. Fechado. Beleza, beleza. Ui, caramba, a segunda parte não li. Nem a primeira, mas... É isso aí. Quem quiser ler.
My rheumatism's
Olha os velhos lá do bar lá.
There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Bem legal.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
É isso aí.
It was clearing up.
Tá preso.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel... According to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tem uma página ali, mano. Quero ir embora. Não pode.
I may need a hand here later on, Bert. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. Doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Tô ouvindo nada, tô ouvindo nada. Tem nada aqui. E aí, tia? Deixa eu ver o que esse cara aqui é.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Bom,
Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
É isso aí, galera. Vamos ver aqui o que a gente tem que fazer, porque retorne ao seu quarto, que eu já não tenho mais nada pra fazer aqui. Ó o doidão aí.
They're only in your head, and they're not there when you wake up. So you can't wake up because I'm in charge now, and I don't want to disappear. My nightmare is the publisher people who want to make a contribution so they can say they made a contribution. And then we end up with mullets in there because they think mullets are funny, but it wasn't supposed to be about mullets, and now it's about mullets. And when it's in slow motion, they call it mullet time because the numbers came back from marketing that mullet time is the hook we needed to go big in the target demographic. And they're not even kidding. They say it all like serial killers with straight faces and smiles. My nightmare is the writers who want to make everything from the characters to the toasters talk all the time and express their feelings so they won't shut up. And the
Não vai parar de falar não, né? Vou embora.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Ah, meu quarto é lá em cima, eu ia lá mesmo. Achei que não podia subir. Oh, caramba. Olha lá, galera, mais um código de barra. Aquele lá eu pesquisei, hein? Abre a página no Facebook. Aquele primeiro.
My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Beleza. Vou pegar aqui a garrafinha pra salvar o game. E vambora. Pra cá é meu quarto? Não, pro outro lado. Tem um gerador aqui.
Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key. Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Beleza. Aqui é meu quarto, né? Vamos entrar nele. E já era.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Nesse, acho que eu vou ficar aqui. Sou louco? Uma página aqui.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed.
Beleza.
My store, I'm taking it. We're on a comeback tour, baby.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard.
Push.
If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Come out and face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper.
O escritório dele não é aqui? Não sei, tô perdido.
The
Aqui, ó.
lines on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Mais uma página.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he...
Ah, esse jogo é só conversa,
Now,
cara.
Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake, what would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems. Always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Rudolph Lane's case is interesting. He was completely blocked, and frankly, I was about to discard him as useless. However, once Wake arrived and started writing, something changed.
É a mesma conversa?
He's producing extraordinary work, increasingly dark pieces. Unfortunately, he doesn't respond to direction at all, and it's my belief that he's not so much a creator as an illustrator, perhaps, a recorder.
Eu nem prestei atenção no começo da primeira, só no final.
Existence of such a role before, let alone its implications, but the paintings he has produced are informative. At least he's easily controlled and useful. I wish I could say the same about Wake. It's frustrating that the best subjects are always so damn difficult to deal with.
Não era a mesma, não.
Not buying that. I was tailing Wheeler, and this is the only place he could have gone. That means Wake is probably there too.
Agent Nightingale, this is private property, and I will not allow you to disturb my patients.
Yeah? I can get a warrant. How would your fragile little patients like that?
Oh, I'm thoroughly intimidated by your mighty authority now, Agent.
Listen, you smug snob. How would you like it if I busted through this gate and knocked you around a little?
Agent Nightingale, first of all, I'm recording this conversation, so you might want to watch what you say. Secondly, you're not dealing with a hick now. I know the law, and if you can get a judge to grant a warrant, I'll be glad to cooperate. But you won't get one. Be advised that any further communications with me are to be made through my lawyer.
I don't believe this.
Good day, Agent.
Yeah.
Ah, bravo ele. Vambora.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Barry?
Oxi.
About time.
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that vet gave me a real
Ah, foi mal. Pulei sem querer.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Ô, louco.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio. The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Vambora, vambora. Eu não tenho lanterna. Abre, 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 abre. Abre. O que eu faço? Não tem lanterna? Pra onde eu tenho que ir? Pra cima? Então vamos. Liga de novo, ó. Liga de novo, Val. Talvez dê pra passar já, mas... Ai, errei. Aí, agora a gente vai, vamos lá. Ai. Ai. Corre, ó. Merda, merda, merda. Ih, acho que eu fiz cagada, hein? Ah, eu fiz cagada, era pra usar ele na porta, eu acho. Ah, tem outro. Ai, vambora. Vambora. Aqui a página, aqui, ó.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here. Damaged in ways that were hard to describe.
Beleza. Televisão aí não vai... Não vai aparecer nada, não? Que da hora, né, mano? Olha. Drift King. Tá, é só uma TV normal, vambora. Ai! Tem nada, tem nada. Será que é aqui? Não. Tá todo mundo morto? Opa. Ai. Fudeu. Vem então. Ai. Na cabeça não. Então vem pra cá, então. Acho que vai vir pra cá, então. Ou não, tem que desviar lá na porta pra quebrar a porta. Ih, agora fodeu. Ai, me acertou. Como que eu saio daqui, meu? Ah, mentira. Então vem, então. Ai, morri. Mas deu certo, deu certo. Corre, ela. Corre, ela, corre. Tem um café ali. Quero salvar o jogo. Aguenta aí. Aguenta aí, Barry. Pronto, salvei. Tô indo. Credo, que isso? Cheguei, cheguei, cheguei. Valeu. Fudeu. Só corre ela. Ai, caraca. Sem gastar pilha, hein, ela, você vai precisar. Tem uma aqui, ó. Cadê? Tem mais um, né? Só matei 3. Ali. Tá, gastei uma já que eu achei. Como que eu vou aí, ô bobão? Atravessa o jardim. Esse jardim aqui? Oxi. Pega tudo, ó. Pega tudo. Ah, não. Esse jardim aqui. Tá, né? Vamos lá. Vou tomar susto, certeza. Vamos lá, você consegue. Concentra. Tá, já começamos errado. Pode vir, pode vir. Opa, uma página.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece.
Beleza. Tem as coisas aqui. Eu já não passei aqui? Fudeu. Apertei. Apertei sem querer, meu. Pra dar um tiro. Desviei. Opa! Eu não sei se eu tô perdendo alguma coisa aqui no labirinto, mas... Mas corre ela. Ai, fica na luz, fica. Tem alguém falando, ó. Ufa. Cheguei no final. Talvez eu tenha esquecido alguma coisa, deixei passar, mas eu não quero nem saber, tô indo embora. Ah não, esse passarinho não. Desvio, desvio, vai. Acabou. Ai! Vai, passarinho. Ah, eu vou morrer pra esses passarinhos. Ai, desvia. Toma. Ai, passei, galera. Ufa. Não, só tinha uma... Deixa eu salvar, né? É louco. É, tem alguma coisa ali atrás? Acho que não, né? Será que esse é o caminho? Atravessa o jardim ainda. Pra cá não tem nada, não? Ah, eu achei que era por aqui. Tem nada, não. Opa, eu karma errado, ó. E aqui é o caminho certo. Oxe, cara, não sabe nem usar um... Uma foice, sei lá o que que é aquilo. Então pra cá não é um caminho. O certo. Por aqui foi por onde eu vim. Ah, foi por onde eu vim. Eu tô ficando doido. Oxi, Alan doido. Tá bom, então. Vambora. Eu tenho 15 tiros. Então vamos economizar. Dá pra matar 5. Talvez. Com sorte. Boa! Espingarda. Gastar as pistolas primeiro? Não, gastar a espingarda, porque daqui a pouco aparece alguma coisa pra me trocar ela e eu acabo que eu nem uso. Papel.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now.
Beleza. Será que vai aparecer alguém aqui? Que a gente tem tanta certeza, né, dessas coisas. Opa. Tome. Vem então, pode vir. Tô ficando bom nesse jogo. Estamos perto do final já, eu acho. Espero. Esse é o episódio 7, se eu não me engano. Ah não, a carrinho de mão. Meu pior inimigo. Desviá-lo. Já vou. Interrupções aqui, galera, desculpa. Um cortezinho rapidinho. Vamos lá, vamos lá, vamos lá, vamos lá. Papel.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Opa, esqueci de apertar F5. Opa, munição de revólver e bateria. Legal, legal, legal. Vambora. Tem mais nada aqui. Ah, não. Sai! Nossa, 2 com um tiro só, mano. Toma na cara. Ih, acabou minha munição. Só tem mais um tiro só. Vou ter tiro de pistola só daí. Deixa eu recuperar aqui minha vida. E minha lanterna. Opa, tem munição ali. 3 tiros, 7 tiros. Boa. Será que é por aqui o caminho? Não, é por lá. Tem uma página aqui.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down. Give him proper direction.
Beleza, só lê aí, galera. Quem quiser ler. Vamos lá, vamos lá, vamos lá. Será que vai aparecer alguém aqui? Cheguei. Eu tô vivo.
Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Vai pra luz.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Alright, I'll find it, don't worry about it.
Merda. Eu gastei toda a minha arma. Ih, fudeu.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it, I'm on it.
Você não vai subir aqui, né? Ai! Ai, corre! Desvia. Ai. Pode vir. Quem que falta?
Oh, hey, found a quarter.
Pode vir, pode vir. Não, não vem não. Falei brincando.
Found it! I found it! Ah, no, wait, that's a twig.
Ô, caralho. Não, não era isso. Ai. Ai, morri. Morri, morri, morri. Não, mano. De novo, não. O Alan é muito devagar, meu.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it, I'm on it.
Ah, não, não. Vou morrer. Desvia, desvia. Nossa, não morreu. Como que eu passo isso, meu? Tá bom, já entendi. Vai, pula. Eu tenho um tiro do negócio. Ah, tá. Pode ser que funcione.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it, I'm on it. It's gotta be here. Just hang on out.
Opa.
I found it! I found it! Ah, no, wait, that's a twig.
Vem então, vem.
Here it is! Al, I found the key!
Olé! Corre ela. Desvia ela. Ai, eu vou morrer. Eu vou morrer. Cadê? E aquilo lá é boss, lascou. Abre logo aí, Barry, caramba. Aí, meu. Cadê os passarinhos? Ah, já tava aberto.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the
But
craziest.
maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
Ô, louco.
Al! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
Beleza, galera. A gente vai ficar por aqui nesse episódio. Muito obrigado por quem assistiu. Deixa o like aí, se inscreva, compartilhe o vídeo para ajudar o canal. Muito obrigado. Valeu, falou, fui!